Commissar Tulva, formerly of the Armageddon Steel Legion, checked her mission clock and nodded silently towards the 4 inquisitorial stormtroopers, formed up either side of the locked door before them. Tulva checked the magazine of her bolt pistol was loaded before waving to the final member of her party, hidden in the shadows, to begin their part of the mission. Tulva had one of the stormtroopers access the override code on the door panel before the door slid open, and she stormed into the room, pistol raised. What she came upon was as surprising as it was expected. It was a sterile medical operating room with a huge muscular man strapped down to a table. The top of the man's skull had been removed and was sitting on a small stool at the base of the table. The room stank of dry blood and medical disinfectants. Standing behind the table was a tall, proud-looking man in a bloody medical overcoat holding a medical saw. "Drop the weapon!" Tulva shouted, pointing her bolt pistol directly at the man's head. The man quietly and calmly placed the saw on the table, reached up and took off his medical mask. The face revealed had a short bushy beard and a large oversized moustache. He looked to be around early to mid-40 standard Terran years of age. Of course, Tulva knew everything about her target already, having read the mission dossier before she began the operation. "Did my family send you to retrieve me then?" the man asked. "Or are you paid mercenaries of the local Hive gangs who I've had some disagreements with of late?" Andrique Courtiane, 4th son of Cecil Courtiane, current owner of the Courtiane Shipping Company. You are a long way from your family's home on the Eternity Wall spaceport. If you were sent by my family, you would either have shot me immediately, or already moved over to forcibly restrain me. You are not arbiters. You would have blown open the door, and you're too formal to be gangers. I grew up on Terra, miss, so I have an inkling about exactly who you are working for. Tulva tensed her finger on her bolt pistol trigger. This target was more cunning than she had expected. I must ask what a humble doctor such as myself has done to warrant a visit from his God Emperor's Holy Inquisition. Tulva said nothing, but her 2 stormtroopers raised their lasguns towards Andrique. Yes, young lady, I am aware of His Majesty's Holy Secret Police Force. It's funny, the further away I travel from Terra, the more mythical your organization seemed to be in the mind of the common populace. But on Terra, your identity is well known to those of more social standing such as myself. You are under arrest for the crimes of using false documentation to illegally leave Terra, falsely impersonating a medical officer, murder, torture, and the undertaking of illegal medical practices and experimentations. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, 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 and not guilty, my lady. So you admit and deny your crimes. I must admit, my family would not have allowed me to leave Terra. They did not approve of my decision to undertake a medical career instead of taking my place as another mindless cog in the company machine. So I had to improvise a ticket off-world. Your assumption that I am not a doctor, my lady, I find most offensive. I am a qualified physician, despite my lack of formal documentation proving so, and I will admit to undertaking it upon myself to make the worlds I visit a better place by removing some of the unsavory elements I encounter that local law enforcement seem to ignore. But again, I must protest your latter accusations. Irrelevant. The sentence for your crime is death in the name of the God Emperor's Holy Inquisition. If that was the case, my lady, I would already be dead. No, there is a reason for your hesitation. Tulva kept her pistol raised, but eased her finger off the trigger. You are correct. While I personally would have put a bolt round into your head the moment I entered the room, my superior instead wishes to make you an offer. Andrique said nothing and allowed Tulva to continue. My master, Inquisitor Maleficus, is newly established in his role and is looking to establish himself a staff of specialists in the undertaking of the tasks assigned to him by his superiors. a trained medical specialist whose identity is MIA in the eyes of the populace, and who was not shy about undertaking clean-up duties upon those deemed deserving. Tulva pointed to the dead ganger strapped on the table. What is the catch, my lady? I know that for any deal undertaken on Terra, there is always a hidden sting to the both parties involved. The sting is you must undertake all assignments given to you, obey all orders without complaint or question, and service the God Emperor's Holy Inquisition until death. And if I say no, I'm guessing either yourself, your guards, or your friend of yours hidden in the rafters will shoot me. Tulva tensed her finger on the bolt pistol trigger again. Yes. I'm guessing you did not think I would notice. The heat sensor I have set up in this room detects 7 life forms in this chamber instead of just the 6th of us. A laser targeting system beamed down from the rafters aimed directly at Andrique's heart, confirming his statement. What do you say, Doctor? I accept. I would not turn down a chance to serve the Holy God Emperor himself. It is always my desire to help the people of this mighty Imperium. That is why I decided to undertake a medical career. Tulva holstered her bolt pistol, and the laser targeting beam turned off as Tulva addressed the Terran doctor in a more informal tone. Grab your things, Doctor. We are leaving this world immediately. Your new future awaits.